Hello, everyone. This is the BBN, and today on the hardwood, we're bringing you the finals. Cavaliers, Warriors. Okay. First, my pick is the Warriors. Now, I'll explain why the Warriors is my pick. It has nothing to do because I am a LeBron hater. I am not. It has nothing to do because I'm a Curry fan. I am not. I respect both of these two individuals. And even in the aspect as if I was a fan of either which one, I can definitely be non-biased. My favorite team is the Knicks. Right now, it's not even... So, I'm not for or against any of these guys. I'm also going to be doing a video explaining why it will be in Durant's best interest to come to the East, whichever team he chooses, but to come to the East. And that's just for anybody that's listening to this, so you can keep a lookout. If you haven't seen it already and it's up, you should take a gander at it. It might be interesting. But you have LeBron James, who some people like to say is arguably the best basketball player ever in the history of basketball after Michael Jordan. And I don't think so, because not for nothing, Michael Jordan is a great basketball player, as we all know. But I think that people like Wilt should get more, acknowledgement. A lot of people, he might not get the credibility that he deserved due to the fact that he was so tall and due to the fact that he did it in an era other than this one. But people like Wilt, they should get more publicity as far as, mentions, as far as when you're talking about the greatest players of all time. Absolutely, Magic Johnson should get like 5 rings. And he couldn't even play an entire career due to illness. He had 5 rings in 1 decade. He had 5 rings, 1 decade. Okay, so he should get. And Bill Russell should also get a really good mention. He has 13 rings. He was on 13 championship teams. He wasn't a prolific scorer, and offense gets the girls. So it is what it is. But you have Mr. LeBron James, who is a really good player. He is top 10 easy. Top 10 easy. But he came through in a messed up era. He came through the era of parity. Yes, not parody, parity. All teams seems to be on par with all other teams. You have too much dilution in the NBA. When people talk about the NBA in the 90s and in the 80s and in this generation that we're in right now, people like to say it was better back in the good old days for this reason and for that reason and for this reason and for that reason. When in reality, they don't understand the reason in which why it was better, because there was less teams and each team had more talent. Now that you have more teams, as the number of teams that they have, teams are more diluted. The Bird, what did he play with? About 4 All-Stars, and at the same time he played with 4 All-Stars. You had Magic out there with 4 other All-Stars, and at the same time they played with 4 All-Stars. You had a stacked team in Chicago. You had a stacked team in Detroit. Really? Stacked. How long were the Sixers good? I mean, they only won in 83, but they swept in 83. A Lakers team swept them 83. Remember, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was on that team. So was Magic. So, I mean, you really gotta look at it like that. I don't think people really look at it like that yet. So anyway, so we're talking about the finals, and we're talking about LeBron James's team up against Steph Curry's team. But in reality, what you're talking about is the Cavaliers' defense going against the Warriors' offense. Now, the Warriors play really good D. They don't get the credit for it because their offense is so prolific, but they play really, really good defense. The proof of that is, look what they did to OKC. Now, OKC has, it's not even an argument. They have 2 of the best scorers in the NBA right now on their team that just lost after being up 3-1. But what happened? Warriors locked in. I don't care what nobody say. James does not want this matchup. James does not want to match up against people he can't bully. The people he can't bully is the people that are not his friends. Curry doesn't want anything from LeBron James. He doesn't want to be seen with him in public. He doesn't want him to get him in his Space Jam movie. Yeah, I mean, he might be in the Space Jam movie. I have no idea. I mean, how are you going to leave Curry out, to be honest with you? But Curry don't want anything from LeBron. Whereas you got players like Durant who seemingly want people to know that he's friendly with like LeBron, and you got Russell, who just looks like he's just trying so hard to fit in without looking like he wants to fit in. That guy really needs a new tailor. I mean, I don't know what his fashion guy is doing to him, or his fashion girl is doing to him. Probably his fashion girl, but she is just making him look horrible every night he goes to the arena. It's just crazy. It just doesn't make any sense. But so basically you have the Cavs defense up against Warriors offense. I picked the Warriors in 6. Once again, I think the Warriors will get 6. I think they'll win the first 2 at home. I think they'll take 1 from the Cavs on the road. And then out of the next 2 games, I think that they'll win the last one. I think that it's going to go. The Warriors are going to win the first 2. The Cavs will win the third one. The Warriors will win after that. The Cavs will win after that. And then the Warriors will win that next game. Because LeBron James is just too good to not get 2. He's too good to not get 2. And then for everybody that's saying LeBron James has to play better, LeBron James played lights out last year. Last year, LeBron James played lights out. LeBron James did not play bad. He just didn't have any help. He had 2 guys that was injured, and Kyrie and Love. He had 2 guys that was injured. He had another guy that was on the court all day long that can't play defense, in JR. He had another guy in Shump who plays really good defense, but for some strange reason, they did not want to put him on Curry. I was screaming at my TV. Why is Shump not on Curry? I don't even want those guys to win, but I'm like, why is Shump not on Curry? Shump should be on Curry. I would open the game with Shump starting and have him on Curry, just so Curry can't get off to a good start, and saying, Shump, this is what we're going to do. When we're on offense, you're just going to run around and have him chase you. When we go on defense, you stay with him. There are no switches. When they try to switch, you fighting through the screens. That's it. That's it. We're going to take our most athletic, physical defender, and we're going to use up 3 fouls in the first quarter so we could get ahead. That's what we're going to do. Look right at Shump. That's your job. You're not trying to get the fouls, but you're going to stay on that line. That line that is a foul or not a foul, I want to see you tiptoeing across that line. You got 3 fouls first quarter. I'm not taking you out until you get your 3rd foul. Then, if you do get 3 fouls, we're gonna keep you out the 2nd quarter. We're gonna bring you in for the 3rd. In the 3rd quarter, you'll stay in for 1 foul. After that, you got 2 fouls for the 4th quarter. That's it. We are not gonna let Curry beat us. If Curry beats us, he's going to have to bust our ass. That would be what I'd be telling him. Right there. That's it. Everybody else, y'all just make sure that y'all chase him back. I don't understand this. A pick and roll, you chase the guy. The guy's trying to do a pick and roll. Your man is picking. You chase him back around the other side of the screen. That's it. It's not always so simple and easy as I'm making it sound, but that is the concept of playing a pick and roll defense appropriately. You chase the guy back. You jump out over the top. You chase the guy back. That's it. That's it. The guy who's getting screened takes a step back just in case the screener tries to roll to the basket. You bump him so the man that stepped over the top to chase him back can get back and you can step back up. That's it. That's the defense that needs to be practiced by these NBA players that I don't understand. It's just not being. The guy comes up, they just allow the switch. The guy comes up, they just allow the switch. How did OKC think that Ibaka was going to be able to guard, or Adams was going to be able to guard Curry on the 3-point line? Whose idea was that to switch? They just gave the game away. Whose idea was that to switch? That was just bad coaching. It was just bad coaching. Now, as far as the biggest problem that the Cavs is going to have is that they really didn't have a tough road to the finals. They didn't. This is the same problem they had last year. They didn't have enough diversity in the teams in which they played that played in enough different manners to get them ready. Okay, I was just having a conversation with somebody recently about boxing, and they didn't know what lead-up fights were for. Okay, let's say me and you, we're gonna say that we're gonna box in December. Right now, it's June. We're gonna box in December, right? It's June 1st today. We're gonna box on December 23rd, right? But before December 23rd, we're gonna have 2 lead-up fights. Well, 1 lead-up fight, because it's kind of short period. So you're gonna have 1 lead-up fight. So let's backtrack it some. Let's say it's December 23rd of last year, and we're gonna fight December 23rd of this year. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have 2 lead-up fights, right? What I'm gonna do, what my people should be trying to do is my people should be trying to pick 2 lead-up fighters that do similar things to what you do, so I can work on things that I need to work on before I fight you. Now, they should also not necessarily be the best fighters in the division because we don't want to kill me. But we want them to be good enough that we can get better and that we can stay in shape. So now the problem that the Cavs had was the Cavs teams that they played against, one, none of them play like the Warriors. No. Which you want to say Toronto, but not Toronto. They don't play like the Warriors. None of them play like the Warriors. And they beat them too easily. They didn't have enough opportunity for there to be, for them to have to push through. They needed to have to push through. So, like I said, I'm going to be doing every game. It's going to be under hardwood, the finals. And I'm going to be discussing each individual quarter. I'm going to give like 2-3 minutes to one quarter, 2-3 minutes to the next quarter, 2-3 minutes to the next quarter, 2-3 minutes to the last quarter. And I'm just going to discuss the follies, and I'm just going to discuss the positive things that each team did. And this is just, basically just the intro to that video series that will be coming up. But like I said, I pick it 6 games. The Warriors are going to win the first 2. Cavs will win the 3rd game. The Warriors will win the next game, and then the Cavs will win the game after that. And then the Warriors will close it out at home. That's what I have. Anyway, everybody, appreciate you staying with this long-winded conversation. Speak to you later.